came like a king and left like a legend.
Zero people.
That's one of the most stupid questions.
Zero people.
I play all my season. Was shit.
Bon dia, listener. Welcome to Iberian Thursday at the Worst Football Podcast. A lot of things have happened in Portugal. The leaders become more leaders. And with the slip of Benfica, the game starts getting interesting. Also, in Spain, we finally have some news stories. We talk Valencia, we talk Real Sociedad, and the big boys keep on winning. This and much more in today's Worst Football Podcast. Hello, listener. Welcome to another Iberian Thursday. Wow, a lot to discuss and very happy news, I think, for everyone involved. Marco, Ste, are you ready for this?
Yo soy pronto. That's my best Spanish, but I'm very ready.
I can't say it better than Marco, so I'm just gonna say yes.
Okay, very good, very good. So yes, then let's take your cues and discuss, but this time to change, let's start with the Portuguese League. Yes, well, another weekend of games in the Portuguese League, and quite interesting ones. A clear highlight is for the two games. One of them is Sporting against Braga. So we're talking first against fourth. Wow, that was a tense one for the team in green and white. 2-0 win against Braga. It was not an easy game, for sure. Braga really putting everything in, hitting the post, goal set offside for 14 centimeters. So, you know, they count themselves lucky, for sure, Sporting. Then again, you know, but doesn't play well, but he still scores another goal. You know, the kid is basically fire on the pitch, and so this combined with Benfica drawing, despite Porto's win, it's now a 4-point lead. Marco, done and dusted, right?
Absolutely, you already have the cup in your hand, man. Like nothing to worry. Not that I'm jinxing it, but it's
No,
already.
you're right. Cheers for your win, Alex. We can celebrate.
No.
Where's your champagne, Alex?
No. Come on, guys.
Aside,
You know,
jokes aside. I think this game really showed that Sporting is a mature team. We always hear that the big teams are the ones that can win when they play badly, and Sporting did so. I believe that it's from an external perspective, you might disagree, Alex, but Braga played better. They had definitely more opportunities. Sporting was more cynical, which big teams do need this cynicism. And Sporting this year is playing well, but when needed, is also capable of winning these ugly games. These 3 points will be very heavy at the end of the season, and these, as many other that Sporting hopefully will manage to win in the same way over the course of the year. At the same time, we saw a Benfica not in the best shape, I would say. Santa Clara somewhat dominated them, despite being at home, right? So there is the home advantage, even without the fans. But we did see a Benfica not as strong as we remember before in 2020 at the very least. Potentially the first cracks in the tactical game of Benfica. Porto, on the other hand, having a very strong performance against Moreirense. Not the strongest team by no means, but again being mid in the League of Portugal, which means that they have something to say as a team. I think at the end of the day, it's really gonna be about who has the better mindset. Right now, Sporting has. They don't have cups either, which is definitely a plus. But as we already discussed in the past episodes, by now having cups means also that you don't have that escape from reality. Start losing one game, you draw the second one, then it's gonna be hard to bounce back because you only have the league.
No, definitely, and it's a very, very interesting set of games now, because Sporting, the next match day should be an easy one, with Sporting going to Nacional. Depends obviously on a lot of things, because Nacional's stadium can be the hardest one in Europe, because of a simple reason. They're quite known for their foggy, so they might not even see anything. There's always 2-3 games a season that need to be postponed because of fog up there. So that one is going to be interesting, especially because next week we have one of Marco's favorite teams. No, actually, I'll say Ste's favorite team playing against Sporting, which is Rio Ave. And in the same day, there is a Porto Benfica.
Good luck with that, Alex. You're gonna need it.
yeah. Rio Ave, you know a thing or two about them, right, Ste?
Yes.
But yeah, so interesting games for sure in the next 2 weeks in Portugal. Also, the month will finish on the 31st of Jan with a Sporting Benfica. So also for the league. So it's going to be a big month for the league to decide.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's gonna really summarize the situation of the team. Then it's gonna be about maintaining it. But at the end of January, we'll know who are the two teams fighting for the league. We often have that in Portugal over the past couple of years. Until December, it really feels like a three-horse race. But from January, February onwards, you really identify the two ones that will fight until the very last game, and the third one that will drop off.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, going from one side of the Iberian Peninsula to the other, let's discuss La Liga. So, Ste, what a nice weekend we had. The winners are obvious. I mean, Atletico consolidating their position with a 2-1 win, and Real Madrid also winning 2-0. Again, same situation. We can't really understand the points reading, but still the 2 points lead plus 2 games less than Real Madrid. Atletico is in a position, to start making the difference and going, if they have the 2 games in hand, to 8 points. How do you see Atletico in the league, Ste?
Well, they can start their great escape towards the uppest part of the league, meaning that they're already first, but they played 2 games less than Real Madrid and 3 games less than Sociedad, which got another draw, by the way, last weekend. So Atletico can make it. They can reach half of the season with potentially almost 10 points ahead. So it's huge for them. And even though Real is catching back a little, we still have Barcelona not quite at that level. So yeah, this year can really be Atletico's year.
Yeah, basically we also have Barcelona playing away to Atletico Bilbao. They're starting at least not to lose games. That's already a win. They won against Huesca 1-0. And they have a mid-week game to start balancing a bit the difference in games against Athletic Bilbao, who just changed their manager. So are we going to see a new manager bounce with Marcelino going to manage Bilbao? Is this the game you want to start at home against Barca, Marco?
Well, I'm not sure if I prefer the first game or the second game that I would have as a new manager of Atletico, because over the weekend, we have Atletico Bilbao, Atletico Madrid. It's 2 awful games to start off with. I wouldn't be surprised if there's going to be a lot of tests for the formation. These are the game you can really... No one is expecting you to win them. Let me put it straight. So it can be the case that he just wants to understand what the player can do and put them potentially even willingly in a unexpected situation out of the comfort zone to really try the team. I think getting 1 point out of these 2 games would be already an extremely good result. Again, the toughest start potentially that you can imagine for a new manager at all.
Yeah, definitely. And an interesting one this week, and I think we all agree with this, we might finally close the case on Real Sociedad. I think this should be the week. Real Sociedad is playing against Sevilla on the weekend away at the Sánchez Pizjuán. Might be the weekend to kill it, right? I mean, we had enough of David Silva, right?
I mean, we have spoken about Sociedad over the past month every single week, saying how, yes, they are there up top if you look at the points, but they shouldn't really. Both because of the number of games they played, but even most importantly, potentially, because of the lack of form that they currently have. This team is, when you're facing Real Sociedad right now, you're not facing a top 3 team in Spain. You're facing a 10th team up at the best of Spain. This is really the situation of the team. There's something has stopped working. The magic, the gel that the team managed to get in the beginning, potentially even just the moral boost that David Silva brought, it started losing the strength it had in the beginning. And the team now is really struggling to play good football. David Silva himself, not an amazing season by any means. He probably regretting not coming to Lazio.
Sure he does.
But when you look at the team, I think it's going to be tough for Real Sociedad to win this one. It's once again the last call for Real Sociedad to be amongst the big ones. I think losing this one would be really the last straw on the camel's back. That would potentially be the last sentence of Sociedad of having any ambition for Champions League.
Yeah, definitely. And from one last straw on the camel's back to a strawless camel, Valencia. Valencia is not in the relegation places yet. I mean, barely.
Yet.
Elche, who we all remember, they're our team of this season for La Liga. The worst football podcast team supports the worst football team in Spain, obviously, when they started the season with only 15 players. So we always supported Elche, and Elche is actually on points with Valencia, so only behind on goal difference, but has 2 less games.
I don't personally know any Valencia supporter, but I'm sure they must be a little bit pissed, just a little bit.
I mean, at least that they drew this weekend; they didn't lose, so it's already a bit of a change.
A little bit better, yeah. But I mean, we discussed that in the summer how their transfer market would have seriously impacted their season. Were we expecting something bad from them? Yes. Were we expecting something this bad? I'm not sure about it. As much as we all know that Valencia's transfer market was pretty awful, I did not see this coming. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I think from the moment you don't get Pepe Reina on a free.
That was probably the main mistake. Yeah.
No, I think the biggest issue really is the mental factor. It's not about the players. They do have, honestly, decent players for the position. They should play better. That said, when you really look at the mental situation that were coming into this one, it's quite absurd. I mean, they started by losing tons of players. And they even lost more as the season started with Condombia moving just after start of the season. It's not looking good. Also, if you're looking at the transfer market, the players that are placed close to Valencia are really players that are struggling at the very least. We hear about Jose Rodriguez, who never really managed to get to the same level of form that he had when he was back in Spain in the beginning. We're hearing about even Eriksen right now, potentially with a exchange with Gaia. Hearing about Tottenham's Harry Winks, another player that is not even in the starting 11, but is not even in the expanded team in the top 18 of Tottenham for Mourinho. So you really see how they're trying to get the best without money. Even Mariano Diaz from Real Madrid, like these are the names close to Valencia. it doesn't look good. If I was a Valencia fan, I would be really worried because they're just accepting the situation. They're not even trying to change it.
Yeah, Valencia situation feels like, they're looking at all hands on deck. Doesn't matter who you are. If you are a professional footballer and you can help us, please do come to Valencia. It feels like desperation time down by the coast. So yeah, guys, very interesting week, definitely in Spain. A lot of stories trying to come out from this league. If eventually they start to get their act together and play the same amount of games, would be nice. But I think we still have something missing, right?
Meme section of the day!
This week, you have missed your favorite section of the memes of the day, which was the Ibra or Jesus. Yet still, Ibra manages somehow to get to be part of our podcast because we all love him so much. Now, you would say, what did he do? Did he make 25 kids again? No, he did not. Did he manage to score plenty of goals? No, he's still injured. Did he go back from the injury? No, he did not. So how did we got to the news? How did he get to the news? He was called by the Italian musical festival Sanremo to join each and every night of the festival for a full week as a judge, as someone that has opinions about music. Now, little do I know about Ibra's knowledge of music, but for sure, I don't think he was called because he's the best musician in the world. And you would say, well, how can he manage football and music each and every night of the week? Well, easy. Serie A is gonna move each and every game for that whole week. They decided that the Festival of Sanremo is so important for everyone in Italy that they want to play at 5 p.m. each day the festival will be happening. This basically free up automatically Ibra to join the Festival of Sanremo and be there sitting and chatting and being with the nice girls and being, yes, I'm the best one, and just judging badly the singers, whilst also be managing to potentially play, if he gets back from the injury, with his AC Milan team. Isn't that lovely? What a nice country.
He's too powerful. He's too powerful.
I'm betting Cristiano is now going to ask to be also judged.
Yeah, he can't be less than that. Yeah,
I believe he joined last year. Actually, he was called there last year. Yes, I believe so. Yes.
Oh.
But that was only one night, So Ibra is like the whole Sanremo. Ronaldo is just one night, as a guest. So, I mean, we're not saying who's better, but Sanremo is.
That must hurt.
Oof.
With that said, thank you very much, everyone, for joining also this week of the Worst Football Podcast. And see you next week. Thanks, Alex. Thanks, Steph.
Thank you all. Bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao. Thanks.